you may read your AR book, sitting up straight. More seconds. Start tracking me in 3. Thank you, Miss Fletcher. 2 and 1. So that time I did not have every scholar tracking me when I got to 1. I need everybody because we are a team, Amanda.
Family.
A team, Amanda.
Family.
Shake it out real quick. Start tracking me in 3, 2, 1. Nice job, middle row. I had all of y'all at 2. So we're only going to go over number 5 on the do now because Oberlin Scholars did such a great job with 1 through 4. 2 snaps for Oberlin Scholars. Great job, Oberlin. Looking at number 5, can I have a brave scholar to read number 5? Lateus is going to read. Oberlin Scholars are going to track their papers. We are tracking our
papers.
Take it away, Lateus.
9 has 3 and 1 have yards of feather. So they pair She gave 1 or 1/8 yards of feather, of the feather to Ayana. How many yards of feather was Maya?
Thank you so much, sir. I love the posture that I'm seeing from Mr. Dyes and Mr. Parrish tracking me. So, in order to figure out this word problem, the first thing we're going to do is circle the data. So we have 3 and 1/2 yards and 1 and 1/8 yards. What should we do to the question? Who knows? What should we do to the question? Tracking Mr. Lewis in the back. Wait 1 second, Mr. Lewis. Tracking Mr. Lewis. Take it away. We should underline the question. I see a key word in the second sentence. The key word that I see is gave. So I need everybody's paper to look like mine. Great job, back row. You got this. Say you got this. Let's try that one more time. You got this.
You got this.
Awesome. So, what could we draw in order to help us figure out the answer to this problem? Who thinks they know? More of us now. I'm waiting. I knew we knew. Tracking Leland over in the corner. Wait 1 second, Leland. Tracking Leland. Go ahead, Leland.
You can draw your bear claw.
Awesome job. Show me a silent bear claw. Back in stock. Look at my paper. If you forgot how to draw bear claw, your paper should look like my paper. So if she started with 3 1/2 yards and she gave 1 and 1/8 away, are we going to be adding or subtracting, class? Subtracting. If I had 10 pencils and I gave 3 of them away, we would subtract to see how many pencils I had left. So to set this up, should we write our mixed numbers vertically or horizontally, Clint? Vertically. Great job, Clint. In the first column of our bear claw, we write the mixed numbers, so make sure that your paper looks like my paper, okay? Who can raise their hand and tell me what we do in the second column? I'm waiting for a couple more hands. Hi, this guy. Tracking Miss Naylor in the middle.
In the middle column, we make the mixed numbers and proper fractions.
Awesome job, Miss Naylor. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. We have 7 over 2. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. We have 9 over 8. And we remember our sign. Make sure your second column looks like my second column. Nice job, guys. Tracking me. Waiting on 1. So, Does somebody see something that might be a problem if we're trying to subtract these two improper fractions? Who sees a problem and knows the solution? We're trying to subtract 7 halves and 9 eighths. Let's try Miss Garnett over here. Wait 1 second, Miss Garnett. You don't have everybody. So excited to hear this complete sentence. Take it away, ma'am. So they don't have common denominators, and the number on top is smaller. So let's first fix the common denominators and see if that presents a solution, okay? So the lowest common denominator, Oberlin, of 2 and 8 is? 8. Great. So that's going to be our lowest common denominator. What do we multiply 2 to get to 8, everybody? 4. So does our numerator stay as 7? Yes or no? No. 7 times 4 is?
28.
What do we multiply 8 times to get to 8, Oberlin? 1. 9 times 1 is?
9.
Are we adding or subtracting? Subtracting. So Miss Garnett, now we can tell that the second fraction is smaller because now they have the same denominator. Okay? So I love that we're sitting up straight in this first row. Class, what is 28 minus 9? 19. 2 snaps if we're done. We have 19 over 8. Are we done?
No.
I see a hand in the back. Yes, ma'am? Let's try that one more time. And I want your classmates' pencils down and tracking you. That was a beautiful answer. Let's all hear it. Go ahead, ma'am.
You need to divide your numerator by your denominator.
Awesome job. So our dividend is 19, and our divisor is 8. How many times does 8 go into 19? Everybody? Twice. 8, 16. 2 times 8 is 16. 19 minus 16 is? 3. Is that the numerator or the denominator?
Numerator.
And the denominator is?
8.
What is the unit in our answer? Who knows what the unit in our answer is? I know that more than just Miss Fletcher knows the unit. Come on, Oberlin 6. The unit. It's not inches. I'll give you a hint. All right, tracking Miss Fletcher. The unit are yard. The unit is yards. All right. So I need us to push our seats in and fix our roots real quick. Sitting in star, tracking me. Thank you, Mr. Morris. Thank you, Clint. Waiting on 1. Great job. So, we're about to do the math minute. When I say math, you say?
Minute.
Math?
Minute.
Math?
Minute.
Hands on the bottom right of your page. We are flipping it 2, but not yet. Bottom right of your page. Flipping on 2, waiting on 1. Ready? 1, 2, flip. Scholars, you have 1 minute to complete this math minute. Hands high to the sky. Okay, we're on ready. Let's get on set. Go. $15 seconds. This is a hard one. We got it though. Pencils down in 5, Tracking me in 4. Pencils down and tracking me in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna try that one more time. We were so close to getting there by 1, and I know how excited we are that we can do this really hard math minute, but it's important that by the time I get to 1, we're tracking me. So shake it out real quick. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. 5, 4, tracking me, 3, 2, 1. 2 snaps for Oberlin 6. Hand at the bottom right page, flipping on 2. Bottom right page, not flipping yet. 1, 2. All right, scholars tracking the projector. We're only going to do one review problem from yesterday because Oberlin 6 did such a fantastic job on their exit tickets, okay? So I need to make sure that we're all paying very close attention and notice that I'm setting up my work very neatly. College scholars like to have very neat work so that they can go back and study. It's really important. I love that we're still sitting in STAR. Thank you, Ms. Richards. So we know that we have to set up our problems vertically. So when I subtract 4 1/2 minus 1 5/8, the first thing that I do is set up my problem vertically. Your paper should look like my paper. Thank you for waiting, sir. Tracking the projector. Waiting on 1. So just like we did on the do now, we want to convert the mixed numbers into improper fractions. So we're going to multiply the denominator by the mixed number. 2 times 4 is?
8.
Plus 1 is?
9.
We have 9 over 2. 8 times 1 is?
8.
Plus 5 is? 13. And what do we want to remember in the second column? Who can remind us by raising your hand? What are we trying to remember? What's easy to forget? Tracking Ms. Thompson. 1 second, Ms. Thompson. You don't have everybody. Take it away, Ms. Thompson. What do we want to remember to put in the second column?
We want to remember to put our arrow.
Our arrow and what else?
And we want to remember to have the same common denominator.
And what else? We want to remember the what sign?
Our
Not addition, but subtraction sign, okay? Thank you for the reminder about the arrows. So Miss Freeman, tracking Miss Freeman. I love that you're sitting up so straight, Mr. Parrish. Tracking Miss Freeman. So, do we have the same denominators right now, Miss Freeman? No. So what do you think, Miss Freeman, is the lowest common denominator? 8. Great job, Miss Freeman. So our lowest common denominator is going to be 8. Bronzell, what do we have to multiply 2 by to get 8? Tracking Bronzell. We have to multiply 2 times 4 to get 8. Class, what is 9 times 4?
36.
One more time, 9 times 4 is?
36.
Awesome job. So I have a really tough question. What do we multiply 8 by to get to 8? Tracking Mr. Moore. What do we multiply 8 by to get to 8, Mr. Moore? 1. Awesome job. Couldn't trick you. And 13 times 1 is 13. So what's the last thing we have to do in this column? I'm looking for someone with a straight hand sitting up straight. Let's track Mr. Lewis in the back.
Subtract 36 eighths and 13 eighths.
So 36 eighths and 13 eighths. And what do we get, Mr. Lewis?
23.
23, 2 snaps if you agree. So 23/8. Mr. Lewis, can you say 23/8?
23/8.
All right, I want to hear a stomp if we're done. If you think we're done, give me a stomp. Ooh, can't trick Oberlin 6. Who can raise their hand and tell me the last thing we have to do? Waiting for a couple more hands. I want to see a hand high to the sky. Let's track Miss Owens. You're waiting out one person to be tracking you, Miss Owens. Go ahead, ma'am.
You have to make a mixed number.
Ooh, thank you, Miss Owens. So class, what is our dividend?
8.
Dividend, 23. I like to remember that because the last part of dividend is end, and it's at the end of the problem. So our divisor is what? 8. So dividend is 23, divisor is 8. How many times does 8 go into 23, everybody? Twice. 2 times 8 is?
16.
23 minus 16 is?
7.
So is 7 our numerator or denominator?
Numerator.
7 is our?
Numerator.
And our denominator is? 8. Oberlin 6, I think that we are doing a great job of adding and subtracting mixed numbers. So we're actually going to skip the rest of this page. I want us turning page bottom right. I'm sorry. Let me stop. I want our hands on the bottom right corner, and we're turning on 2. 1, 2. All right, scholars, I need a volunteer to read this problem. High in the sky, nice loud college boys. Let's go with Shamar. While Shamar reads, I need all scholars tracking your paper. You're tracking your?
Yeah.
Awesome job. Go ahead, Shamar.
Renee saw pictures of 2 extinct birds, a giant owl, at least 3 to 7 centimeters, and a giant pterodactyl with a length of 7.5 meters. What is the difference between the length and the meters of the 2 birds?
Thank you so much, Shamari. So, what makes today's lesson different than, I'm sorry, Shaman, I apologize. Different from yesterday's lesson is now we're applying what we learned to a word problem, okay? So just like on the do now, we're going to circle the data, make your paper look like my paper. What are we going to do to the question, everybody?
Underline.
Great. So I see a key word in the question. Raise your hand and tell me the key word, please. Ooh. What do you think, sir? Tracking me.